GALVAN the third. I wrote, directed, produced, and anything else I could possibly do except for the animation part. So.
And he's actually been with us as a screenwriter here before, and this is the first. I don't know if you've shot other things.
Well, I've been in this industry a long time. I've sold 5 screenplays in my time. I have an audio drama that's out, 2 more animations on its way. Yeah, I think this is the first, my first animation, and yeah, first thing that I've actually have done that's on the big screen. So super cool. Thank you.
Well, I gotta tell you, it's I really enjoy it for a lot of reasons, and I'm just gonna have the guts to tell you this. It's a divisive film, actually. It's on our jury, on our selection jury, like there were some arguments, because this is a love it or hate it kind of film.
No, and you know, it really is, and you know, I wrote it as a specific character, and look, he's in hell, so it's not like he could have a conversation with himself and fucking everybody's like, oh, he's the funniest guy ever, you know. So that was the hard part, you know, and yeah, I was just having this like half my family were like, oh, that's the best thing, but I knew deep down inside it was like half and half of them liked it, and the other ones hated it. So and that's okay, you know. You know, not everything I write, you know, everybody's gonna love, and you know, and it's okay. You know, I'm you know, I just wanted to write a character that I haven't seen before, and you know, which I have a funny story about the character, but yeah, that's good for pointing that out.
Well, and dialogue-wise, I mean, they almost feel like non sequiturs. Like he makes these statements all the time that kind of come out of nowhere, and honestly, they just kind of strike me as brilliant, because I'm like, I can't even remember any now, because it's all a blur after 3 other Q&As. But there's a whole lot of creativity in there.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, so one day I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I told my wife, I said, hey, I got this idea, I just gotta freaking write this right now. So I wrote it out, you know, wrote the story, and then, you know, wrote the dialogue, you know, just some guy just blurting out shit, you know, randomly. And about 3 weeks later, I see my father-in-law, who just moved in about a month before, he's looking out the window, and he's Arabic from Iraq originally. So he just blurts out shit randomly. And so he's like, agafas, which means like asshole or something like that. So like he just blurts out shit, so that's literally where I got my character from. And so I went even further than that, so I got a 3D image of him and the girl who plays Angie, which is my mother-in-law, so that's actually my father and mother-in-law that are in there.
Somebody's parents.
That's my wife's parents right there. So yeah, but yeah.
And then you just figured you'd put this character in hell, and hell is living out your worst day over and over.
Yeah, so I didn't, you know, I think as a writer, when you write something out, you're like, oh, I don't think that's Groundhog's Day. You know, I didn't write it out like Groundhog's Day. I think it just came out like that. You know, and, you know, it's the best comparable. You know, I actually, for the first time, it was one of the jurors came up to me yesterday and said, hey, it was like Groundhog's Day. I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. But yeah, it just kind of came out that way. Yeah, I wanted I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but yeah, I definitely wanted some kind of redemption possibility, you know. I just think it just comes out better that way, you know, so.
All right. Well,
plus I killed him at the end.
Hands are going up, but I'm going to sneak in a question before we get that one, which is, so the actual style of the animation, I see, like, you know, another name in the credits a bunch of times. That's your animator. Mm-hmm. And did you want this low fidelity animation vibe? Was that an aesthetic you wanted?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so at the time, I wasn't a big fan of some of the stuff that was coming out, and so I wanted like fucking how I picture. I wanted like Scooby Doo or the Flintstones or something fucking real lo-fi, and yeah, I just that's how I pictured it, and that's how I wanted it, and so I wrote out the screenplay, and it did really well in festivals, including here, I believe, and then I get a call one day from an animator saying that he read the screenplay and he wanted to buy it off me, and I said, well, we can do that, or we can just go halves on it, we'll just do half and half. And that's what I did.
Excellent. All right, well, we had a question right there.
I mean, kind of answered it. I was just curious if you had always envisioned it animation, or if you had just kind of written it and then decided, or if you had any previous experience with animation.
Yeah, no, this is my first one I actually wrote as a animation. I usually write just feature films or TV shows. I've done a bunch, but yeah, I think I've done like 30 features and like 5 TV shows and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's definitely my first animation that I wrote it just for animation. And but like I said at the time, I didn't really write it. I was gonna do it myself. You know what I mean? It's expensive. It's usually like $1,000 or $2,000 a minute. So,
Another question? There we go.
Yes.
The white man sitting there.
Oh, okay. Hi. You guys are very popular these days, but I'll go ahead and take that. I'll take that. Kidding.
Zach will always remember this day.
Did you have a favorite quip or saying that you didn't get to put in?
That's funny. Yeah, well, I originally wrote it like 20 minutes, and I was like, fuck, I can't afford 20 minutes, so I gotta cut this fucker down. So yeah. Oh, God, what's my favorite? It's funny, so I wrote everything out, the story, everything out, and then I went in like 2 or 3 days, and I just said, I'm gonna go in stupid, and just go, first fucking thing I think of. And that was literally how I did it. So it was just like Morrissey on steroids. It was like, makes no fucking sense. But it's just first thing that came to my head, and then I was looking around my office and it was like, picture of Tupac was right there, so I was like, Tupac lives. So, stuff like that. So, yeah, I just went completely dumb and then just wrote it like that. So.
And then some of them where you completely created something fresh.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I couldn't do it for every single one. I tried to make some shit up. I always try to create all my animations that I've done so far. I try to create an F word. So I don't think I attempted on this one, but I usually try to create a different type of F word.
Wait, there was a question there. Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering how much creative independence your animator had, because I love the moments of stillness where there was no motion, right? And it expressed so much. Do you go in granularly and try to ask for specific moments, or did that animator really bring a lot of that to life?
Yeah, that's a great question. So luckily, he's a really nice Arabic Irishman, and he lives in Ireland and Dublin. So he's a very nice guy, and he let me be a dick. And when as a director and animator, you're just like, what can I do? But you have a huge job, and you don't realize it. And I didn't realize it either until the animation. So the storyboard kicks off, and then from there you gotta get moving in. You gotta have some kind of concept of where you're going on the storyboard, because you can't start changing shit later on. So you got to do everything right then and there. You got to tell them, this is what I want, how long I want it, and I want a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that. Well, I think one of the other directors over here earlier, was saying that, or maybe that was earlier, I don't know, that after watching it quite 1,000 times, you just realize like, oh, I fucked up right there, or oh, I should have made this better, you know, or, so this was my first one, so, you know, thanks for handling me with kid gloves, and I appreciate it.
That was the I am duck guy.
Yeah, I got
So-
there you go.
So now I
Oh,
have
yeah,
to.
there you go, there you go.
Yeah, Andrew, do you have the paper? Because I am gonna thank everyone for being here, but before you go, I was supposed to announce some things at the ends of Q and A's, and we never did this before, because we used to be a festival that we let jury members come to the theater and then turn in their ballots afterwards. Now we're on 3 screens at once, no one can see everything here, so. Oh, son of a gun. I have terrible vision. So,
I'm getting there too.
in
bro.
this block, just so happens that Scissor Sleepover is gonna take home the Filmmakers Award for Outstanding Originality in Horror. And Obsession, I wish I'd said this when you were next to me. Need not so much, no. Obsession is the Grand Jury Award for Best Short Film Horror. And that doesn't mean that Damned and Franks in Hell are not getting awards, it's just we managed to figure out all just those.
No,
So, thank you so much for being here,
pleasure.
and thank you everyone.